Hey guys, how's it going? Alex Tiersch here. It's Thursday, April 2nd. I wanted to give all of our audience an update. I actually have been working the phones this morning, talking to a bunch of different bankers and some financial analysts and things like that. I'm not sure how many of you have been trying to reach out to bankers either through the SBA or through your own personal bankers or your business bankers to try to get in touch with someone who can give one of these PPP loans, these Paycheck Protection Program loans that we did a webinar on yesterday, which you should totally check out, by the way. But I wanted to give you an update because many of you are probably experiencing some difficulties getting in touch with somebody. I've had a couple conversations, and what I've heard is that nobody should be worried about this. Nobody needs to panic, but the bottom line is the banks are still trying to figure out how best to handle this. There has not been any real guidance from the SBA or from the Department of Treasury to the banks themselves about how they should be processing these loans. As a consequence, they're kind of operating in the dark right now. They don't really know what information needs to be collected. They don't know what types of forms and applications they need to have. They know generally what's going on, but it's been a bit of a tough ride. So as a consequence, there's quite a bottleneck that is developed right now. Hey, sweetie. That they're still working through. The banks and a couple of contacts that we have in the government have told us that they are working through this. They are talking with one another today, to the SBA and to the Department of Treasury, to work through some of these issues, but I'm not 100% sure or confident that we're going to have the application process ready to go tomorrow unless you have a relationship with an existing bank that handles SBA loans. So there are certain banks that you can find on the internet very easily that have that do SBA loans. Those banks, if you have an account with them already, should be able to help you. But what we're hearing is that they've got to handle all their existing accounts before they bring in new accounts, and that's going to take some time until they get some of this worked out and some of the other banks are able to start processing it. So I just want to give you guys an update on that because I know it's been a little bit frustrating for us. I've been reaching out to them too, trying to get an answer, and it's been really, really difficult to find any information, and the banks that are out there are non-responsive and tend to be a little bit reluctant to provide any real information. So I know but I know they're working on it. So I want everyone to just kind of hang out and not worry too much about this. We are going to have more information on this as soon as it comes in. We've got our feelers on the ground, and we've got some folks that we're working with who are directly in contact with these people. So I think we'll know when this starts to get untangled, and we'll be able to provide everyone some guidance either for specific banks to work with, specific times to get on. But right now, I think if you get into trouble or if you have some delays with trying to get in touch with a banker, or they're telling you they're not going to be able to process your application immediately, don't worry about that. We're all dealing with that problem, and it is being worked on. Just wanted to give you a quick little update. Stay tuned for more information. Check out the webinar we did yesterday. It's also on a podcast about the new regulations. There's a lot of good information on there, and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much, everybody.